you guys, it's Marie here, and today I'm going to be telling you about my self-tape audition horror story. The audition itself went well, but getting it to actually work went horrible. So I'm going to tell you guys what I did and how I went and how you guys can do it better for next time. First things first, it was for a paying project that was about 5 hours away from me, but they were willing to pay for my travel on top of the money that they were also going to be paying, so that was awesome. I was really excited for this project because it was a faith-based project, and I've been trying to do a lot of faith-based projects. The movie Camp Tough Love that I was in is a faith-based project, and you guys should actually go check that out. I also was on TV for the National Bible Game Show, which kind of started my whole acting career, and plus I'm a Christian, so I try to do as much faith-based stuff as I can. Tip: Actors Access does send you auditions for more paying projects. Not everything will be paying, but we'll have a lot more than like Craigslist, which don't ever find auditions on Craigslist because it's too much of a risk to take. So anyway, I submitted on Actors Access for this casting director, and I left a message with my audition along with my YouTube channel. The casting director contacted me back with this long list of things to do for this audition. The audition was via EcoCast. It's a part of Actors Access, and it's how you directly communicate with the casting director. I looked up the casting director's name. I just make it a habit just to look up the casting director and find as much about them as you can. It's a very, very important thing to do, I think. So I found she has like a website and a Facebook, so I liked her Facebook page, I found her website, I found about the project, and just read as much as I can, which was a lifesaver, as you guys will see. I had about 2 weeks before the deadline. I decided I was going to send it in like in 1 week. That way I had a little bit of time to practice, but also enough time so I wasn't like the last one submitting, which I think is helpful. There was a script sent with a whole bunch of instructions. I really liked the project and the script. I was reading for the role of like the bad girl character. She was the one trying to convince her friend to do something wrong, and her friend's like, hold up, I don't know if I should do this or not, but I kind of convinced her to do the bad thing. Basically, there was a lot of instructions. So another tip is to read the audition notice carefully so that way you can know what the casting director wants. So you had to send in 3 videos. You had to do the script twice. Once with the more obvious choice, and the second one with the less obvious choice. So you have to kind of like make 2 different characters and play them for the same audition. That part was already difficult. The third video, you had to answer 3 of her questions about the project and your interest in the project, and you know, just some of your past acting experiences, probably so they could get like a look of my personality and if I'm a nice person to work with, and if they think my essence is right for this role. So then you had to name each video specifically, which probably meant having some kind of software or editing software, which I do, as you guys can see from my videos. Name them in a specific order with the name of the project, your name, and then the role you're auditioning for, something like that. You had to name the last one as your name, the role, and then slate, because that was your slate take where you talked about your name, your age, and then you talked about your interest in the project. So it was 3 videos in all, very detailed. They couldn't be above a certain size, otherwise they couldn't be uploaded. It was a lot, so I had to make sure I read everything carefully, and everything I did with the description was. So I filmed my videos. It took me a longest time. I had probably filmed each script like 3 times, so all in all I had like 10 videos on my camera of me slating and of me saying my audition and me reading the script. I had my lines memorized. That was pretty important for me. I did not have a reader, which this was my first time auditioning for something without a reader, and I had to pretend and react to imaginary circumstances. So I didn't know how the casting director would take that. She never replied and said anything about it. You have to actually ask her specifically for feedback, but I don't know if that was a good move or a rookie move. It doesn't really matter, because all in all, what the casting director cares about, or what the casting director should care about, is your talent. So I filmed the auditions, and that was the day. For some reason, I think my laptop had died, so I couldn't edit on my laptop, which I normally edit on, and my Mac had like no space. So up until now, I've hardly been able to edit on my iMac or an iMovie because my Mac like barely has enough space. So I might be halfway through editing a video and it might say it has no more space, which was basically what happened to me. I edited my first 2 audition videos. I uploaded them to Actors Access. Thankfully they were under 500 megabytes, which was good. And then I had my slate, which was a little longer because I was talking, and I tried editing it and all of a sudden my Mac just froze. It wouldn't let me edit anymore. It wouldn't let me do anything. Yeah, I was kind of starting to run out of time. My Mac still wouldn't let me edit at all. It was crazy. So online video editors, because I had no other way of editing my video, and I had to edit it to take out the beginning part where I would press and turn on the camera, and also to save the name as the right name so she could find it. So this was all very chaotic and crazy. I finally find one video editing software, and it takes forever for the video, for my raw file to upload. I do it again and again, and it gets to like 95%, and then it stops and it refuses to upload at all. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I keep on trying to edit it. Finally, the next day, after I've spent like till 1 o'clock in the morning trying to get this thing to upload, it finally uploads all the way, and I edit it on this software, and then I download the video and I attach it to Actors Access. And then I made a mistake. My video was uploaded to Actors Access. It had gotten to 100%, but it hadn't like said done. But I'm like, okay, well, it's at 100%, so I figure it's 100% uploaded, right? Wrong. I uploaded it and I sent it off. That was another $350. See, every time you submit on EcoCast, it's $350. And it only sent 2 of the videos, and the one that wasn't like completely done, it did not send. So this is where my other part came in handy, where I had searched for the casting director and I found her Facebook page. And on her Facebook page, she posted casting notices, and she had an email address for people who weren't going to be on Actors Access. So I was just like, you know, I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if she's going to see my video and just like write it off, but I decided to go for it anyway. So I went and I found her email. I put the subject as the name of my video, and I said, okay, Actors Access had some technical difficulties, so I tried to be as professional as possible. And I attached the videos, and I sent it off. And then luckily, a few days later, I got the confirmation that it had been sent. So that was part 1 of my self-tape audition horror story. It was completely crazy. I was like, okay, I don't know if I could even send this audition out because my Mac was going crazy and it wouldn't let me edit. I'm so glad now that I have a hard drive. It's been really hard for me to edit any of my YouTube videos that aren't like under 30 seconds because it barely had enough space. And then my laptop shut down, my other laptop shut down, and the battery just stopped working. It works now, but for like a week or so it just wouldn't work. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on part 2 of my audition horror story.